Okay, so we're on with the repeat section now. So work out the perimeter. So again, your perimeter is the distance around the edge. So I know all those numbers, but there's a couple here that actually aren't given. Right. So what we do is we use the information that we've got and think, right, that's 12 all the way across the bottom, and that's 4. So this has got to be whatever I add to 4 to get to 12. So if I do that, 12 take away 4, this gives me 8. So that's going to be 8 centimeters. So again, going upwards, that's 11. And this is 5. So 5 plus whatever that is gets me to 11. So 11 take away 5 gives me this one, which is 6. So I can do my perimeter now because it's all these numbers to get added together. So 11 plus 4, 15, plus 6, which is 21. And then plus 8, 29, plus 5, which is 34. Plus 12, yeah, 46. So I was doubting myself there. So 46 centimeters for our perimeter. Okay, so this is the same shape and we're working out the area. The area is a little bit different. What we need to do to work out the area, because the area of a rectangle is just height times width, isn't it? I mentioned that before. So I can't do that with this because we've got a whole host of different types of shapes. So this is called a compound shape. So it's made of two that are put together. So what I need to do is I need to split it into those two shapes again. So I'm going to split it down there. You could have split it across there if you wanted. So I've got two areas. I've got an A and I've got a B. So the whole area would be those two put together. So the area of A is going to be 11 times 4, because it's height times width, which is 44 centimeters squared. Area of B would be 5, but it's not going to be times by 12, because that's all the way across there. It's going to be times by whatever this is. We've already got it there, so that's going to be 8. So 5 times 8, which gives us 40 centimeters squared. So the whole area is going to be 44 plus 40, which is 84 centimeters squared. So if you've got a compound shape, like two that are put together, and you find in the area, you split it into two, work out the area of each of them, then put them back together. So there we go, a bit of angles then. So calculate the marked angles. So we've got a straight line, so that's 180 degrees. And we're going to take away, so we know that's 90 because it's a right angle. So 90 plus 68 is 158. So 180, take away 158, leaves us with 22 degrees. So x is 22 degrees. So calculate the area of these triangles. So we said earlier, area of a triangle is height times your base, or base length, height times length, and then divided by 2. Alright, that doesn't matter what type of triangles you've got. Even these, I would call them maybe scaling triangles. As long as we know the height of it, which is 4, and we know the length of it, which is 9, so we'll do 4 times 9. And then divide that by 2. So use your calculator because we're more bothered about you understanding the maths behind it than the actual numbers. But 4 times 9 is 36, divided by 2 gives us 18 centimeters squared. Same with this one. We've got a height of 16 and a base length of 6, so we'll do 16 times 6. And then divide it by 2. So 16 times 6 is 96, and then divide that by 2, which gives us 48 centimeters squared. Alright, so triangles. Work out the perimeter of this semicircle. So perimeter is distance around the edge. So the distance around the edge for a circle is called the circumference. So the circumference of the circle would be pi times the diameter. So the diameter is 8 in this case, so pi times 8. So pi times 8 gives us 25.1. Right, I'm going to go around to one decimal place. So I think that would be accurate enough. So that would be the distance around the whole circle, the circumference if I knew it. The only thing is, well, if I had a whole circle, but I don't, I've got half a circle, so I'll divide that by 2. So 25.1 divided by 2 gives us 12.55. So that would be the distance, that's the curved distance, that's all that there. So if I want the perimeter for the whole shape, what I then have to do is plus that 8. So plus 8, so 20.55. centimeters. So this shape below is made out of 2 straight wires and 1 curved wire. So work out the total length of wire used. So actually it's quite similar to that, we're still after the perimeter, right? But what we'd have to do is work out the perimeter of the whole circle and then divide by 4. So perimeter circumference is pi times diameter, so that wouldn't be the diameter, the 7, that would only be the radius. So what I'd have to do is I'd have to do pi times 14. So pi times 14, which gives us 43.98. Well, we'll not round it to one decimal place, it actually becomes 44. So we'll call that 44. And then we'll divide that by 4. So 44 divided by 4 gives me 11. So that 11 is actually this curved part around there. It's the arc. That's 11 centimeters. So what I'd need to do to that then, this is because that's going to be the radius, that's also going to be 7. I'd need to add 2 lots of 7 to that to work out the total length all the way around. So plus 14 gets me to 25 centimeters.